Like, do you know that like your vulnerability is your superpower? Like, have you ever noticed like that the people who seems like the strongest are often the ones that who have suffered most, like not because like pain make them hard, like, but because pain taught them how to stop pretending, because you see, like, we have been taught that vulnerability is dangerous, like don't try, like don't admit that you're scared, don't let people know you're struggling, like always appear confident and always appear successful, like, so we build walls, we wear a mask, like we spend years trying to become someone impossible to criticize, but here's the strange part, like the harder that you try to look perfect, the more disconnected that you become from yourself. And today I want you to tell something I want to tell you something that might completely change the way that you see your life, like your ability to like basically embrace vulnerability is actually your greatest hidden superpower, like for real. Because not despite your scars that you have gone through, but because of them. And it's okay if you have like a bad stuff happen, like a few years back or a few months back. And it's okay if you have like some bad experience, because stay with me, because by the end of this video you will understand why the parts of yourself you have been like trying to hide may actually become your greatest source of strength, like, yeah. So we know that perfection is not, it doesn't exist in this world. There's no perfect human in this world. Like for me, I feel like perfectionism is just a prison, it's just an illusion, because almost everyone is wearing a mask. The successful person who is terrified of failure, the funny friend who secretly lonely, like the confident entrepreneur who is actually battling with anxiety, so the person that constantly posting their perfect life while feeling empty inside. Perfection has become a performance, and performance is exhausting. Think about how much energy it takes every single day just to make sure that people think you're actually okay, to avoid difficult conversations, to hide your mistakes, to pretend that you have everything figured out. It's like carrying a heavy backpack that nobody else can see it. Eventually you forget what it feels like to put it down. The tragedy isn't that we are imperfect. The tragedy is that we believe that we have to hide it from everyone else around us, because every mask creates a distance. Distance from who? Distance from other people, distance from meaningful relationships, all right? And most importantly, it is like a distance from ourselves. Like your scars, your traumas, and whatever it is are not the problem. Here is something most people never realize, like your scars in you are not what make you weak. You are not weak. You are not weak. The fear of people seeing them is like every painful experience leaves behind two things: a wound and a lesson to learn. Most people spend their life like trying to erase the wound, the past traumas that they have, like. But emotionally healthy people learn from the lessons. They learn. The scar isn't evidence that you failed. No, it's not. It is evidence that you actually have survived. Imagine meeting someone who openly says that, oh, I've struggled, I failed, I've been rejected, I've been heartbroken and all. Will you think less of them? Probably not. In fact, you have probably trust them more, because authenticity creates connections. People don't bond over perfections, they bond over truth. So the moments that we feel most connected aren't when someone impresses us. No. They are when someone is real enough to say that, oh, me too. I've gone through that too. And it's okay. Alright? And it is not something to hide from. Okay. So here's the shift that changes everything, like we basically transform our deepest insecurities into an unshakable foundations by stripping away the mask of perfections, because think about that, the very thing that you have been hiding could become the reason people trust you, the reason people respect you, the reason people feel safe around you, because something extraordinary happens to you. When we stop hiding our scars, we basically reclaim the energy that's spent on pretension. Think about how much mental energy goes into maintaining an image, trying to appear successful, trying to be so perfect, trying to seem fearless, trying to make everyone like you and all, trying not to disappoint everyone. Now, I want you to imagine redirecting all of those energy into becoming genuinely yourself. Okay? So that's a freedom. And that freedom creates something incredible rare. A raw, magnetic authenticity. Yes, people can sense authenticity sometimes, and it can't be fake. It is calm, grounded, honest, confident without needing attention. And ironically, the moment that you stop trying to impress everyone, you become unforgettable. Alright, so here's the thing, why authentic people become powerful. There's another reason vulnerability is so powerful, because it makes you fearless. Not because nothing hurts anymore, but because you are no longer afraid of being seen. Alright? If someone criticizes you, you're okay, You don't take it too deep, If someone misunderstands you, you're okay, because you don't need to explain yourself that much, right? If someone walks away, you feel okay, because you're not being tied up. Your emotion is not tied up to the person. And it's okay, because your worth no longer depends on maintaining an illusion or a potential. You actually becomes reality check, it comes from knowing who you are and the situation itself, right? You stop living and daydreaming the illusions, the potential of someone and anything. You don't have to. You have the free will to do that, right? Most people think that confidence means having no weaknesses. Real confidence is knowing your weaknesses and embrace it, and refusing to let them define you. That action changes everything, because once you stop hiding, nobody can use your truth against you. You have already accepted it, and that's a real power. Not domination, not control, but freedom. It's a freedom, So, the world often rewards appearance, status, luxury, achievements, popularity, but appearance fade, title disappears, success changes. What remains is character. Right? And that is why embracing vulnerability isn't giving up. It isn't surrendering. It isn't becoming fragile. This radical honesty isn't a weakness. It is the ultimate power play for navigating a world of shadows, a world that fools with everyone who's trying to become perfect. And in this cruel, manipulating world, you're being authentic. And a world, where people hide behind filters, carefully crafted identities. So the most powerful person in the world is the one who no longer pretend. Who, is like, because why am I tripping my word? Because authenticity cannot be manipulated. Yeah. It cannot be taken away. It cannot be copied. It cannot. So I'm gonna wrap this up, so today I want you to ask yourself one simple question, what part of yourself have you been hiding, not because it's wrong, but because you're afraid people won't accept it sometimes. Maybe that's the very part that makes you extraordinary, Maybe your story, your failures, your insecurities, your scars are not things to be erased from you. Let's start embrace it, They are the proof that you actually live and survive. Proof that you have survived. And proof that you have become someone real, Remember this, because the strongest people aren't the ones who never break. Yeah, they are the ones who stop pretending they never did. If this message resonated with you, I want you to promise to yourself a reminder that from today onward, you'll spend less energy pretending. Alright? Yeah, that's all. For today. Yeah, that's all. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's topic, I guess. Yep. Bye bye. Thank you for listening.